Hey everybody, I'm the Gamer Scot and welcome to my very abridged version of EGX Rezzed 2019. Enjoy! So this is Swim Sanity. It's about to come out on Switch and it's kind of like a Smash Brothers-esque gravity free because you're on the water fighting game. 4-player, we did some co-op and it was pretty damn cool.
Now we're going to put you guys all on the same team working together.
Nippon Marathon, I didn't get to play, but it looks hilarious. It's like a top-down racing game on foot, but there's obstacles everywhere and you can kind of scam the physics. You can ride in shopping trolleys and things like that. It looks absolutely hilarious.
Oh, so you can... Sending death watermelons. We have to work together. Ah, no.
It wouldn't be an EGX Rezzed without Vermintide 2 making an appearance somewhere. The new Winds of Magic expansion is on the way, which adds a whole bunch of new modes, and more importantly than that, like global modifiers. So there will be, for example, a wind that causes you to take constant damage and you have to find a way to replenish that health. There could be regen ones and stuff like that. We don't know what they are yet, they're still very much in development, but again, we love Vermintide around here, so it should be damn good. If you know me, you'll know that I don't get on well with stealth or sniping, but I played Sniper Elite V2 the remaster, and they've done some good work. I don't really know that much about the series, I haven't played too much of it, but this one plays well. It plays nicely. The sniping mechanics, obviously, if you want to shoot plenty of people in the nuts, this has got you covered.
I've got David Smith here from Archway Interactive talking about Meridian Line. What can you tell everyone about the style of the game? What can we expect from it? You've said that it's specifically not a horror game. Yeah. It's more thriller. So no jump scares. So
no jump scares, no, unless we have like perhaps one of the fans in the toilet just like randomly spark up, because that happened to me once. I was sleep deprived and I went into like a public bathroom. I went to wash my hands and then like boom, like ice and air blade just picks up full blast. Nearly had a heart attack. Thing's scarier than any monster, I can tell you.
so it turns out it's actually just based on personal experience.
Yeah. One of the things that we're working on right now is the back tunnel gameplay. This is where the navigational part of the navigational thriller comes in. You walk into the back tunnels and you have a map, a piece of paper with you, and you can find an element of a map like written on the wall, but it's only a part of the map. So you take that and put it on your map, and then that's the ground truth. And then when you step off that, there's something happening in the back tunnels. It's throwing off your perception. So as you walk around the tunnels, it starts to change around you. Not when you're looking at it, but when you move around the corner or when you look the other way. And as a result, it can keep changing around you until you find other hints and clues in the environment that allow you to lock down another section of the map where you are and connect it. When you get it all locked down, even though you've gone all the way up and around here, it's meandered, and you come back, you're only really going like 2 or 3 tunnels away.
Yeah.
And it's quite a nice way of like trying to, basically what we're trying to do there is explore, can we make players not be frustrated with being lost? Can we make that part of the process of discovery?
What was the inspiration for setting a game on the Tube network?
I was stood on Oxford Street one late night, I think it was like 2013, on the way home from somewhere, and it was deserted, it was really empty, and my mind started to wander. I was quite tired, and I just sort of like pictured what it might be like to explore the place. It was originally going to be a horror, and you know, I pictured somebody like chasing me around all these like corridors and I didn't know where I was, and then over time I realised that like, do you know what we can do? We can tell a better story if we just let go of the horror stuff and we focus more on like the mystery and the thriller and the setting. So yeah, we kind of like, we pulled away from that, and it's more about exactly what's happening down there instead of just being hunted by things. The other problem we've got is like, this is our first title as a studio. I've worked on other things in the past, but like, it's going to take time. It's taken a bit of time to find our feet, and also when you look at like the best of the best in that like horror market, you've got like frictional games, and you had like Penumbra and then Amnesia and then Soma. Like, we can't compete with Soma. Like, we could probably match them on atmosphere, but we can't match them in terms of like what they try and do with the scares. So instead, what we need to do is try and do something different, and that's what we've done here. So we've got like a navigational thriller mystery instead.
I think I already know the answer to this one, but there are no real stations in it. Is that right? There's
Yeah,
nothing-
so it's a fictional underground network in London.
Are any of the stations in it inspired by or based on real ones?
We've looked at like underground metro networks all the way around the world, and we've tried to, with like the actual architecture and the shapes and layouts of some of the stations, we've tried to do a sort of like homage to some. We wanted to go for like kind of like uncanny, is that? And then you look again, and you're like, oh no, it's not. But it's clearly like, we just wanted it to feel like it was in London, but then it's definitely standalone. Like all of our iconography is completely unique and like designed separately. So we're trying to very much, it's our own network. It's fictional.
Also ties in, I think, to saying, what are you finding to be the biggest challenges? Your colleague yesterday, I think, used the term TFL are notoriously litigious when it comes to the properties.
They are, but I think this, like, we've taken steps from the start to go, this is not the London Underground. Like, at no point do I use those words together in any sentence. And that's the first time I've actually ever used those words. And I just used them in the context of, that is not the London Underground. That, my friend, is an underground transport network that happens to be based in London. Like, it's called the Meridian Rail Network, and it's different in lots of ways. The trains are not London Underground trains. They just so happen to have tiles, and we've got circular tunnels and yellow stone floors.
And the same fonts and all the signs. And
the fonts are actually different. And that sign is placeholder. That was mocked up before we figured out exactly what we were doing. We were just trying to get like a tone test going. The sign will change, I can tell you that. The train indicator boards are quite universal though, across almost every tube station network around the world. So things like train indicator boards are very similar. Yeah. But like iconography and all those sorts of things are very different.
And I think last thing, early build. Obviously it's 0002 today. Any release schedule planned? Do you have any idea of when you'll be ready for public?
I think so. We've actually been quite under the radar for the first year, and that's just while we figured out what the game is, how it's going to play. We're coming to like the tail end of that phase now. Like we've got like a couple more months of like polishing up what we have, and then towards the end of the year, we'll be looking at doing our like proper announcement trailer. From that point on, we'll be quite public with like where we're going with it, what we're doing. In terms of a release schedule, we're probably going to be about 2 years from now. It kind of depends on what kind of opportunities there are available to us at the time. We are quite canny about making sure that the company can always carry on. So like at the pace we're going, we can carry on indefinitely. But it would be nice to build it a bit quicker and get it out into people's hands faster. Like we get that question a lot. When's it coming out? When's it coming out? And I'd love to say, oh yes, it's out now. And it's in a way, it's quite nice that people say, when's it coming out? And like, people ask us, oh, it's available on Steam right now, yeah? And I'm like, no. Like, did you just come from the future? Is it? But it's just a case of, if people already like it in this state, I can't wait to show them it in 6 months' time when we do that announcement trailer or something. And I think it's really going to start blowing people away, because this, to me, I know where the shortcomings are and what we're presenting today. And when we get that final set of prototype gameplay in there, I think it's going to be really something.
Awesome.
Sun Scotch Studios here, talking about negative atmosphere. Obviously, you must all be fans of Dead Space.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tell that from this.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's not much given away in the trailer. What can you tell everyone about what to expect? That's not just it's Dead Space and fun.
Well, we're definitely going for more psychological horror. So we're taking influences from all sorts of classics, horror games, horror films, music that's unsettling. We just want to create an experience that's going to scare people, because a lot of horror nowadays doesn't do that. It's more of just shock. But we need that paranoia back.
Yeah, less jump scares, more
Exactly,
tension.
yeah, psychological horror.
What other influences are you drawing from across any kind of media? There's a little bit of sort of an MC Escher vibe going on some of this as well.
Lovecraft, for literary wise, creature design. I'm the composer, so the artist Lorne, he does really guttural feeling synthwave music. That's been a big influence for me. Silent Hill as well. Big fan of Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
All the classics.
Yeah.
All the team here is really young.
That's right.
Do you think that gives you some kind of different experience or a different take on the horror thing?
A different perspective, definitely. Because, instead of growing up with the classics, we grew up with Dead Space, we grew up with, newer Resident Evils, and we get to look back on them without the, what's the word for it, nostalgia. And we get to see what they're doing right without just blindly loving them. And then we can take what they're doing right and make sure we don't make the same mistakes they do.
Speaking of mistakes, Dead Space kind of went in a strange direction at the end, lost a bit the horror feel.
Yeah.
I guess you're taking that into account.
We're very aware of that, yeah. So we're definitely going more Dead Space 1. We're going to look at Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3, obviously, see where they went wrong, but action is not our focus, definitely. It's definitely all about horror.
Good stuff. And last one. There were questions on your Reddit about the story arc. So it was a little bit, I think it was a little bit vague at the time.
Yeah.
Do you have an arc that you're working with now, or are you still working on it as you go?
We are still working on. We do have a full plan for the story, but it's more about the details at this point. Yeah. So basically, the whole solar system is in like a post-war state. So it's in the midst of a Cold War, and you're a veteran. With Samuel Edwards, you're a combat medic. Now you're working as an on-site doctor on a long-range hauling ship, and then something goes wrong. I can't say what, and your old senses kick in, and you're able to survive. Your survival is unlikely. Cool.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
That's good.